Well, I said I was going to talk to you guys about Grownish, so let's talk about Grownish. So I watched the first four episodes. I rewatched the first four episodes of Grownish. Now let's talk about episode one. So basically, this show is a spin off of Blackish, where Tracy Ellis Ross is um, Zoe or Yarashihidi's mother. She's a doctor. Her dad is like an advertising exec. And now Zoe is going off to college. She goes to Cal U. Now, if you don't know this, I went to UC Davis, which is a California public school. The school in the TV show is also a California public university college. So, some context here. Obviously, if getting into a public university in California is pretty competitive, if you're going to get in, you have to have pretty good grades. So we can start there. First piece of context, Zoe is smart, right? That's useful to understand. So in high school, she studied hard. She probably went to a good school. She had some tutors. I didn't really watch Blackish that much, I got to be honest, but yeah, good show from what I've heard. Or at least some parts are interesting if you're aiming to understand the black middle class. Um, Now, a bunch of different things happen in this first episode. We're introduced to some characters. So we've got Chloe and Hallie, like the singers and actors or whatever. They are in this, and they're like two black track stars who are on a scholarship at the school, and they're from like the hood. Um, and so the whole episode starts around like late registration, which is kind of a play on the Kanye West album, his first one, which is called Late Registration, right? So all of these students who I'm about to mention participated in late registration because they didn't enroll for their classes on time. Like every term, whether you're on the quarter system or the semester system, that's just like how many weeks or months are in a term. Like the class might last for 3 months. That means you're on the quarter. It might last for 4 or 5 months, which means you're on semester. So that's the term or whatever. Anyway, so they give you like a registration window. So, like, let's say usually in the fall, classes start in September. So, your registration window might be like, I don't know, from June to August or something. If you don't register for your, like, if you do it during the time window they give you, you can just do it online. You can go up to the window or whatever. You have plenty of time to look at all of the stuff, figure out what you need, talk to your advisor to make sure you're on track. If you wait to the last minute though, and like your date passes, then now you have an issue because you have to register for something or you will be unenrolled, and you have to have like a either part-time, I think, is 6 units, and then full-time is 12 units. So depending on what your situation is, like I know Zoe in the show is a full-time student, so that means she has to be in 12 units, but because she didn't enroll in her classes on time or whatever, she's dealing with this late registration situation. So all the students who participated in late registration and needed a class or whatever are all enrolled in this like this night class. The class starts at like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. or something, like twice a week, and it's her old neighbor from the Blackish show who's like teaching the class. And I don't even know. It's like a marketing class, but the class is a it's like I don't even know how to describe. It's like marketing for life or some shit. I don't really know. The class is kind of weird. It's about nothing basically, but they all need the units, so they're all there. And that's how all of these students meet each other. So then another character in the show is like this Jewish girl. I think her name is Nomi. Nomi is like this bisexual Jewish girl who grew up pretty middle class in a very Jewish community, but kind of seems like she's like a rebel. So there's her. There's like this Indian kid who's like a drug dealer, but he mostly sells like pills on the campus. That's a thing. Then there's Aaron or Trevor Jackson, and he's kind of like a hotep, but he's like a cute hotep, so he does all the Pan-African stuff on the campus. Are we missing any? Oh, and then there's like the Mexican girl who's like her friend from high school or something. And the whole episode basically tells the story of how these two girls fell out of friendship. Basically, what happened is like, you know, they get this is back like during the summertime, right before their freshman year. Um, Zoe gets invited to a college party, and then she goes and she takes her friend, and then at the party they're all having a good time or whatever, and then the girl had way too much to drink, and she's like in this little kiddie pool, and she just like pukes. She's like, bleh, you know. And that was so embarrassing. Everyone caught it on camera, so she's on TikTok just like puking it up, blah, 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 right? And everybody's like laughing, and it just, no one knew her, but now she's like the throw up girl. And the girls who invited Zoe to the party are like, we're gonna go to a different party, let's go. And Zoe's like, cool. And then she just like leaves her friend. Her name is Anna, the girl's name is Anna, so she leaves Anna throwing up in the kiddie pool, and she just like dips out, which is kind of super fucked up. And so she's telling this story to the other people who are in the class, and they're like, wow, you're like a demon, you're like really evil. And then Zoe feels this sense of relief because she's like, wow, I've been holding that in for so long, but it feels so good to tell someone else about it. I don't know how I feel. I kind of honestly feel like I relate to Zoe in this case because I probably would have done the same thing. I mean, that girl clearly couldn't hold her liquor. And it is really embarrassing if you're like a freshman at I think this was like juniors or something, or holding the party, and then your friend like starts puking, barfing her brains out, during your one high school event. That's pretty fucking embarrassing. So yeah, I might have left her too. I gotta be honest. So that's season one, or sorry, yeah, season one, episode one. That's what happened. Um, so we have some references to Kanye West, College Dropout. Have kind of like the story of just introducing the people in the show. Oh, and I forgot about Luca. Luca is basically like he's like this light skinned black artsy kid who smokes weed and has dreads, but he's like a visual artist. I don't know. I feel like the dude who plays Luca is like him in real life, like whatever I don't know how to describe that type of guy. If you've been to art school, then you know that guy. He's that dude. Yeah.